We're going to talk about employee selection, HRM, today. This is Professor Ryan Gutierrez. Our summary for this class, number one, while all functions of HR are incredibly valuable, employee selection is perhaps the single most important task completed in the world of human resources. The hire or no hire decision, in many cases, can be a defining moment for an organization. The best place to make people make the place, thus choosing whom to hire gives an organization its values, beliefs, ideals, and direction. Many times, the person that you see on paper is drastically different from the person who shows up for work on day one. Determining how someone will fit and function within your organization can be the key factor in determining the organization's effective and efficiency. So our objectives: to understand the importance of forecasting employee need, describe the hiring process, identify issues in recruiting, and identify issues in selection. So this will be our outline for the four main objectives, okay? So the first one is to understand the importance of forecasting an employee need. That's the icon there. The importance of job analysis results and determine the supply available. So you take these two things and you go into determining the total number of applicants, interested applicants, and qualified applicants. And then we will discuss describing the hiring process, identify issues in recruiting, and identifying issues in selection. Okay, let's start with the number one. Okay, job analysis results in determining the supply available. So you take your job analysis and then you determine the supply available, and you do this by checking total number of applicants and then determining interested applicants and qualified applicants. So this is like a pizza, total number of applicants, and then you check out the interested applicants, and then you get the qualified applicants. Okay, that's how you determine the supply available. And then you have the hiring process. So you have recruiting, marketing the job and the company in which it resides. You have to let people know that you're recruiting, and then you select from the applicants. And then selection is the process of choosing the most qualified candidates from the pool of applicants. And last is, when the applicant is hired, how does the employee socialize with other employees? This is the process by which the selected applicant learns the ins and outs of his job. Then you have to identify issues in recruiting. You have these four here. So you have to determine, for example, can you hire retired workers, work from home, single moms, overseas workers, okay, not just recruiting locally. Do you want to hire within the company or outside of the company, okay? Do you hire existing employees or outside employees? Maybe there's a protected class. This means when the law requires you to do the number of hirings, like a certain number of citizens versus foreigners. Okay? Planning recruitment effort and job search. Where do you go to find your applicants? Okay? Solidify where you plan to recruit, what kind of candidate you need to fill the opening, and how many positions this opening creates. Will you go to schools? Will you go to malls? Okay. And lastly, identify issues in selection. So these are the all five. First is your selection process reliable? Reliability of process. Reliability of selection process means that if it were conducted by the same person or at a different time, the same decision would be made. Selection tools. Do you use the proper selection tools? Application forms, ability tests, letters of recommendation, and so on and so forth. These are the 10 usual selection tools, okay? And then you must determine if the employee fits the organization. Instincts are usually the best tools of an HR manager that can cause can use in order to come to a decision. Then you have legal issues. Is the employee allowed to work? Okay. And then negligent hiring. Maybe you hired a criminal or a thief and they commit a crime inside the company. That will be the fault of HR. And this one's very, very important. Okay. So in summary, while all functions of HR are valuable, employee selection is probably the single most important. Okay, so this one here, employee selection. The hire or no hire decision in many cases can be the defining moment of an organization. Very important. Many times what you see on paper is not the person that you see. And determining how someone can fit in your organization will be a key factor in the success of the company. And that is today's subject, employee selection. This is your professor, Ryan Gutierrez. Thank you very much.